Please, ma'am. Please. Good morning to everybody. I'm Dr. G.P. Bhavani, Head of the Department of Chemistry. Respected guest, Dr. G. Kanthimathi, Associate Professor in Chemistry. Respected Secretary, Lalitkumar O. Jain. Respected Management, respected Principal, Dr. N. Sujata. Dear colleagues, attendees, and my dear students, good morning to one and all present in this International Ritual Seminar 2023. I am deeply delighted to this opportunity to introduce our chief guest now with our Dr. G. Kanthimathi, Associate Professor, Department of Chemistry, Ramco Institution of Technology, Rajapalayam, Tamil Nadu. She has 25 years of teaching experience. She graduated UG and PG in Manoormaniam Sundaranath University, MPhil in Madurai Kamarajar University, PhD in Kalasalingam University. She has published over 15 publications. She presented over 40 articles at national and international level. She obtained 2 patents. She is a guideship with the Anna University. Most students are proceeding now. Thank you, ma'am. Today's presentation topic is safety measurement in chemistry laboratory. Once again, I welcome you all for this wonderful International Ritual Seminar 2023. Thank you for all the participants. Thank you, ma'am. Please proceed, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for your nice talk. Good morning to one
Thank
and
you,
all.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning to one and all present here. I am thankful to the Secretary, Management, Principal, and HOD of SHREE CHANDRAPRABHU JAIN College, Chennai Metro, who gave the opportunity to deliver the talk on the occasion of 5 days International Ritual Seminar on Chemistry. In addition, I am thankful to our management, principal, and HOD who permitted me to deliver a lecture on today. So let us start today's lecture with a simple proverb. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. It's a similar to a proverb, you know that prevention is better than cure. If we prevent anything, that is automatically falls on safety measures. Laboratory safety rules are a major aspect of every science lab. Each student and research scholar in any laboratory must follow specific safety rules and procedure in order to carry out the experiment or research in a successful way. So laboratory safety is nothing but is a careful process with the goal of preventing mainly injuries and diseases from occurring among students or scientists or laboratory staff or community or any other helping staff who are surround in and around us. So safe working protects not only you, it also protects your colleague, your organization, your work. So plan and conduct each operation or activity considering the importance of laboratory safety, chemical hygiene procedures, and good laboratory practice. Doing things safely is not merely the right way to work, is the only way to work. Safety is three aspects of life. It comes under cooperation, responsibility, or consent. Or we can say that safety is a combination of cooperation, responsibility, and consent. Laboratory skill is nothing but it is your responsibility to protect yourself and other student by conducting yourself in a safe manner while in the laboratory. So usually in any laboratory, accidents often result from an indifferent attitude, failure to use common sense, failure to follow instruction making. So these are the 3 main common factors responsible for the accident often results. So some of the basic safety rules you have to use. So generally you should have a common sense to do anything. So don't handle any unauthorized experiments. Handle chemicals or glassware with the respect. Thus you are giving respect to the living things. So you are also give respect to the chemicals and glassware you are going to handle in the laboratory. Similarly, before you enter the lab, always read the lab instructions. Ask questions about the lab procedures, materials, and expectation, what to do, when to do, all the things you must know. Be prepared to do your part as a member of your lab team. So here I am going to discuss 5 key points. So one is basic safety, second one is glassware safety, third one is chemical safety, fourth biological safety, and last but not least the important one is first aid. First we are going to see about basic safety. Now what are the general hazards in a laboratory? So you can see anytime there may be a fire will happen, breakage of glassware, many sharp edges may cut, spillages, pressure equipment or gas cylinder may make problem. Sometimes there may be an extreme of heat or cool, or some maybe there may be a leakage of chemical hazard, or there may be a leakage of biological hazard, and sometimes there may be also a chance of radiation. So these are the general hazards present in and around in any type of laboratory. You should be aware about it. So first we are going to discuss nearly 15 points about basic safety. So once you enter into the physics lab or biotechnology lab or chemistry lab, so you have to follow 15 basic safety. The first one is wear protective clothing. So protective clothing is nothing but it includes wearing of goggles, gloves, lab coat, shoes. So gloves are essential, lab coats are required, safety glasses may be required to avoid splashes to your eyes. And second one is don't wear sandals. So better wear shoe. That is the right way to enter into the laboratory. Do not wear any jewelry, and similarly loose or baggy clothing should be avoided. Avoid touching objects while wearing gloves. Pencils, labels, or any other material should never be placed in your mouth. There may be a chance of entering some chemicals or toxic through mouth. So this may be a serious problem. So don't keep anything on your mouth. Caution must be taken when using a gas burners. Be sure gas burners are turned off when finished. So tie back long hair. Tie back long hair and loose clothing when working near an open flame. So roll up your long sleeves. Do not eat food or drink water in the lab. Do not use lab glassware as food or water containers. Protect your hands safety. Wash hands after every lap. Handle glassware, sharp tools, and heated containers carefully. Electrical safety. Unplug electrical equipment after use. Keep all electrical cords and wires away from water. Chemical safety. Never touch, taste, or smell a chemical unless instructed to do so. Never mix chemicals unless instructed to do so. So don't start any reaction without the instruction from the instructor. Keep lids on chemical containers when not in use in order to avoid vaporization. Do not take any cultures out of the lab for any reason. All cultures should be handled as potentially pathogenic. Liquid cultures must always be kept in a test tube rack. Do not engage in practical jokes or horseplay in the lab. Keep non-essential books and clothing far away from your work area so that you can get more workplace in your work area. Wipe the bench tops down with disinfectant both before you begin your work and after you have completed your work. Particularly if you are doing any antibacterial studies, this is compulsory. Dispose of waste product according to the instruction given by the lab technicians or instructors. So report all accident. Don't try to hide any accident from the lab technicians or the instructors. So report all accident no matter how minor to your supervisor. So then we can move to the glassware safety in chemistry lab. So with the glassware you cannot do anything. So just like chemicals, glassware is also important. Become familiar with the hazards of the apparatus and the operations involved. Check the condition of the glassware before and after using it. It is very important. Otherwise, if you are not broken the glassware, but the instructor or lab technician will blame you. So before going to use the apparatus, check the condition of glassware before and after using it. Inform your teacher about any broken, chipped or cracked glassware. It should not be used. Do not pick up broken glass with your bare hands. Never force glass tubing into rubber stopper. Never force glass tubing into rubber stoppers. Never place glassware near edges of your workplace. It should be placed at the center of your workplace, not at the edges of your workplace. Never eat or drink out of lab glassware. Hot glass does not look hot. Don't pick up any glassware that may have been heated without checking to see if it is hot first. Using sharp instrument, handle scalpels or razor blades with extreme care. Never cut material toward yourself or others. Cut away from you and others. Notify your teacher if you cut yourself. Next, we can move on to the chemical safety. So lab coat must be worn properly. You can see the picture. The first picture is the wrong way of wearing the lab coat, and second picture is the correct way of wearing the lab coat. You have to put buttons correctly. Otherwise, there is no purpose of wearing a lab coat. Similarly, mouth pipetting. So let us avoid mouth pipetting. Let us use Googles to pipette. Avoid mouth pipetting. Storage of flammable should not be open. They must be in the container labeled with the warning, just like a flammable. Keep fire away. Labeling of chemicals and solution is important. Otherwise, there may be a chance of using wrong chemicals for the correct experiment. All chemical waste must be collected properly, labeled, and sent for appropriate disposal. And storage of corrosive like strong acid and bases should not be open. Labeling of chemicals and solution is always important. Possible exposure to chemical powder means if you are taking chemicals in the form of powder means better wear mask. Hazard identification. Understand the hazards of the chemical that you are handling. Read the material safety data sheet. Ensure all containers are labeled with the chemical or product name. Hazardous chemicals must be labeled with the appropriate warning such as corrosive, toxic, flammable, etc. So that is the National Fire Protection Agency. They are labeling the chemical about the toxicity. If the chemical is labeled as red in color means fireable, yellow in color means highly reactive, unstable chemicals, blue means it may cause health hazards, white means it may be a specific hazard or personal protection. And similarly, they are using number to show the degree of hazard. So zero means minimum, 1 means light, 2 means moderate, and 3 means serious. So either with the help of these colors or with the help of this number, you can find out the hazard level of your chemicals you are going to use for your experiment or for your research work. So these are the hazard symbols you can place in the chemical container: oxidizer, explosive, flammable liquid, danger, spontaneously combustible, radioactive content, flammable. So like that you can give a label. So do not taste any chemical. Always pour from large containers to small, never from small to large containers. Always add acid to water. Work with volatile chemical means please use a fume hood. Check glassware for any stars or cracks. Heat test tube at an inclined angle. Handle hot glassware with gloves or beaker tongs. First light the match, then turn the gas. First light the match, then turn the gas. Do not smell any chemicals directly. Smell chemicals only if your teacher specifically tells you to do so. Then use your hand to fan the vapor to your nose. Do not pipette by solution. I already told do not pipette solution by mouth. So use a rubber suction pump or any other device to fill a pipette. Wash your hands with soap and water before leaving. These rules apply even if you have been wearing gloves. Know the safety equipment are available in your lab. So first one is eye wash fountain, second one is safety shower, fire extinguisher, emergency exit. So whether the new lab is familiar to you or it's a new one, first we have to identify the safety equipment, know the position of the safety equipment such as eye wash, safety shower, fire extinguisher and emergency exit. Carry out only the experiment assigned by your teacher. Never work alone in the lab. In case of a problem, you may need another person to prevent injury or even save your life. So avoid work alone in the lab. Remember that the lab is a place for serious work. Careless behavior may endanger yourself and others and will not be tolerated. Then you must know how to dispose of waste. Dispose of all waste material according to your instructional procedure or your teacher instruction. So you have to separate the wastage, whether it may be a glassware or it may be a chemical container or it may be a paper, whatever it may be. So you can discard the wastages according to the category. Peroxide forming chemicals must be dated immediately upon opening. Discard any unused chemical within a year of opening date. Ether, tetrahydrofuran, dioxide are common peroxide formers. So once you open this type of peroxide former chemical, please you must be dated immediately. Next, compressed gas cylinder must be stored upright and be restrained. It should not be a down movement, it is an upright movement. Oxygen cylinder should be kept at a minimum of 25 feet away from the flammable gas cylinder. So there should be a distance between oxygen cylinder and flammable gas cylinder at a minimum distance of 25 feet. Never mix chemical together unless you are told to do so. Sometimes it may be exothermic, so thereby causing some hazards. Keep your work area uncultured. Take to the lab station only what is necessary. Clean up your lab area after you are finished. Then we can move on to the electrical safety. So even though you are in chemistry lab, sometimes we may have a chance to work with the instrument. At that time, we are in careful of electrical safety. Keep electrical cords away from areas where someone may trip on them or where the cords can tip over laboratory equipment. Never handle electrical equipment with wet hands. Be sure your hands and your lab area are dry before using electrical equipment. This is the basic safety you have to follow when you are going to handle the electrical equipments. Never poke anything into electrical outlets. Unplug cords by pulling the plug and not the cord. Unplug the cord. Now you have to plug the plug, pulling the plug and not the cord. Turn off and unplug all electrical equipment as soon as you are finished using the equipment. Always, next, heating safety. Always use tongs and gloves when heating and handling heated glass or metal. Do not place hot glassware directly on a lab table or in a cold water. Always point the top end of the test tube that are being heated away from people. When heating a test tube, move it around slowly over the flame to distribute the heat evenly. So don't keep the test tube as it is. You have to give a small rotation. Then only the flame will distribute to the all side of the test tube evenly. Only glassware that is thoroughly dried should be heated. Heat glassware by placing it on a wire gauze platform, that is important, on a ring stand. Do not hold it in your hand. Fire safety. Make sure that fire extinguisher and fire blankets are available in the laboratory. Tie back long hair and confine loose clothing. Avoid loose clothing and also tie up your long hair. Wear safety goggles when working with flames. Never reach across an open flame. Make sure you know how to light a Bunsen burner. If you do not, your teacher will show you. If you don't know, you can ask the teacher how to operate the fire extinguisher. Wrong way of operating a fire extinguisher is also cause a fire accident. Make sure water, gas burner, electric hot plates are turned off. Hot plates and other electrical equipment should also be unplugged. Next, Some of the electrical injuries may occur because of either electrical shock, electrocution, death due to electrical shock, burns as well as falling down. Touching a live wire and an electrical ground will cause an electrical shock. Touching two live wires of different voltages will also may cause an electrical shock. So better wear shoes. It's a basic safety to avoid electrical shock. So the terms of electrical shock is in terms of sometime fire or malfunctioning of electric equipment or unsafe use of extension cords and also shock, electric shock. So another common type of electrical injury is if you are doing anything in somewhat height. So because of unbalance and because of electrical injury, you may fall down. Workers who experience a shock on elevated work surface, such as platform, ladders, or scaffolds, can fall, resulting in serious injury or death. So, way to prevent electrical shock: first, you turn off the power. Second one is test for power, and third, use insulated tools. Better use insulated tools. Beware of capacitors. Protect yourself with the ground fault circuit interrupters. Never connect or disconnect under load. Never connect or disconnect under load. And next, the first aid. So first aid means it may be a type of injury. So let us see the first injury as burns. So whenever there is a burning, what to do? Immediately flush with cold water until burning sensation is lessened. Second injury may be cut. Do not touch an open wound without safety gloves. Pressing directly on minor cut will stop bleeding in a few minutes. So you have to press a minor cut will stop bleeding in a few minutes. Third one is fainting. So because of a lack of a diet in the morning or in a lunch, if you are avoiding breakfast or lunch, this may be common in our lab. So we can see few students are getting fainted inside the lab. So at that time, what we have to do? Provide fresh air and have the person recline so that their head is lower than the rest of their body. The head is lower than the rest of their body. And last one is and the last injury is the eyes. So because of opening the glass container or because of some vapor removal, your eyes may be get affected. Flush eyes immediately with plenty of water for several minutes. If a foreign object is lodged in the eye, do not rub the eye. If any object may get irritating to your eyes means, please don't rub the eye, just give a water wash. Laboratory evacuation procedures: turn off all the equipment within reach that can be safely turned off. Close fume-proof sash. Close open chemical container. Open chemical container should be closed. And similarly, you must know the location of your lab. So whenever disaster or any mishappening happen, you must know what is the shortest way to escape from that place. So know your location of your lab. What is the exit way? What is the entrance way? All the things you must know. Where is the fire extinguisher is available? Where is water available? All the safety measures location you must know. So once any fire may be happen, be prepared and plan ahead. Get low and go. So don't stand in a way. Get low and go. So feel the door. If the door or knob is not hot, don't open it. Okay. So if the door or knob is hot, please don't open the door. So what to do in the event of the real fire? Report any people that might still be inside. Never jump or climb out a window. If you catch fire, stop, drop and roll. Let us see the figure. Stop, drop and roll. And also you must know what are the type of fire extinguisher available in your laboratory or in your college. So class A is a fire controller to control compressible and paper. So pressurized water is used as an extinguisher. And second one, the nature of the fire is because of oil and grease. Then you can use carbon dioxide cylinder to used as an extinguisher. Third one is electrical shock accident, means you can use dry chemical of B and C or ABCD check label. Fire extinguisher use: stand 6 to 8 feet from the fire, keeping your back to the door. You should be stand back to the door Use the proper extinguisher, remember. So for that they are using the password. How you are going to use the fire extinguisher? You have to use the simple password, PASS. P, pull the pin, aim the nozzle at the base of the fire, squeeze the nozzle, sweep nozzle across base of fire. So the all these steps: P, pull the pin, aim the nozzle at the base of the fire, squeeze the handle, sweep nozzle across base of the fire. We can see the pictures. You can see how they are pulling the pin in the fire extinguisher, how they are opening the nozzle at the base of fire, and squeeze handle and sweep nozzle across the base of fire. So pull the pin and aim the nozzle at the base of fire. So you got to send the nozzle at the base of the fire. After that only you got to squeeze the handle to release the fire extinguisher and sweep nozzle across the base of fire. Then if you can't extinguish the fire in 30 seconds or with any one of your extinguisher, please get out from that area. Don't stand in the area after 30 seconds. So that is called as 30-second rule. You can also may have a chance to do some spills in our working area. So it is an unavoidable situation. In case of any spills are occurring in your laboratory, so what are the safety measures you have to do? Spills of hazardous material that involve personal contamination increase the possibility of exposure, particularly if the chemical is capable of being absorbed through the skin. So remove at that time, immediately remove contaminated clothing, flush exposed area with a plenty of water for 50 minutes. If there are no visible burns, wash gently with soap and warm water. Obtain medical attention if necessary. Report the incident to your supervisor. And do not attempt to clean up yourself. Turn off ignition sources. Evacuate personal and close doors leading to all spill area. Alert people in the immediate area and post warning springs. Attend to person contaminated by spilled materials. And these are the lab safety symbol that should be pasted inside your laboratory. So animal hazard, sharp instrument hazard, heat hazard, glassware, chemical, electrical hazard, iron phase hazard, fire hazard, bio, laser radiation, radioactive, explosive. So these are the easy ways to recall the hazard in terms of picture. So it is compulsory to paste this lab safety symbol inside your laboratory, and similarly you can also store it in the rack of chemicals also. It will also explain the nature of chemicals. And next one is administrative controls. So administrative control is nothing but housekeeping. Poor housekeeping contributes to accidents and can hinder emergency response activities. So because of poor housekeeping, you cannot take emergency response. So do not block exit, exits or doorways. Do not block access to emergency equipment. Do not store chemical in excess of lab limits. Handle and store glassware with care. Do not store chemical containers on the floor. So you can see the picture. So both of the pictures are showing wrong way of storing the chemicals, a wrong way of working place, and wrong way of which one carrying out the laboratory. You can see. So they failed to labeling, no, not properly managed, open sharp, open bottle, exposed sharp objects. So all are brings to a hazards to your working area. And second picture you can see excess chemical on the workbench, poor housekeeping. So it is also cause disturbance, or these are all the factors affecting your experimental work. So please keep your work area neat and clean. So whatever materials or whatever things needed, that only should be kept on the work table. Other you can put it in a separate place. So untidy place do not support your research or laboratory work. Purchase chemicals in the smallest quantity sufficient for your work. Excess chemical become hazardous waste. So whenever they become manufactured, or because of wrong maintenance, it may get oxidized, or sometimes it may be liquefied, or sometimes it may be vaporized. So purchase chemicals in the smallest quantity sufficient for your work. A list of chemical present in the laboratory should be prepared, updated, and maintained in the laboratory, whether in the alphabetical order or in the usefulness order. So, list of chemical present in the laboratory should be prepared. Dispose of all outdated or unused chemically promptly and properly. So, that is also important to reduce the wastages. I am coming to the end of this talk. If students, if you have any doubt, you can ask. So we can discuss about the safety. First one is basic safety, and second one is glassware safety. Third one is chemical safety, and last one is electrical safety and fire safety. So in order to avoid this all injuries, the next one is first aid. So prevention is better than cure. So it is also ready to have first aid in your laboratory. And another way to reduce the risk in your laboratory is administrative controls or housekeeping. If you are improving this administrative controls or housekeeping in a better way, so that can avoid all type of hazards in your laboratory. That is the basic step to the safety measures in chemistry laboratory. So working without safety is a dead-end job. So safety is a cheap and effective insurance policy. It is one of the effective insurance policy. Safety is a full-time job. Don't make it a part-time practice. Important notice, life is a chemistry. Dilute your sorrows. So evaporate your worries, filter your mistakes, and boil your ego. You will get the crystals of happiness. So once again, I remember, life is a chemistry. Dilute your sorrows, evaporate your worries, filter your mistakes, and boil your ego. You will get the crystals of happiness. Ma'am, can I share some videos? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Uh,
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Now I am going to share some videos. Please wait. Ma'am, the same way I have to share my screen now. Same way. Or now I can open the video. Sir, hello. Sir,
Yes, madam.
shall I open the video?
Yes, madam.
The
You can
same
open.
way. The same way. The
Yeah.
same way. Okay. Okay. It is visible, sir. Sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Madam, while opening, you select the option share my audio. While
Which
selecting
one,
share,
sir? Which one, sir?
you remove this and again share the screen, madam. There will be an
Which one?
option called share my audio.
So now I have to switch off the video. Shall I close this video, sir? Shall I
Yeah,
close this
because
video?
it's not playing, right?
Okay, sir. Sir? Okay, sir. Shall I go to present?
Yes, madam.
Shall I go to present? Present. Share video file. Okay. Then I click video file.
Present. If you
Okay,
have any video
present.
file, you can upload this video file, madam. You have a video,
Yes, sir.
right? Video file.
Yes, sir. I am opening, sir. It is opening, sir. I send it. It is showing, sir.
Yeah. Wait,
Hello,
madam,
sir.
please. Yes, madam. Wait. It's uploading.
I am.
added. Can you play, madam?
Yes, sir.
Playing now.
I am playing, sir.
Yeah.
It's playing, sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
Video is playing, sir.
Yes, madam. Yes.
Okay, okay. Yes, okay. Thank you, sir. Sorry. So in this video, Mr. Bean failed to follow all the basic safety. So that's why only we can see that type of mishappening. So it's a fun video, but anyway, this is also one of the awareness video. So you should aware about the type of experiment you are going to perform in your day-to-day lab classes. So without awareness, don't start any experiment, don't use any chemicals. So shall I share one more video, sir? Shall I share one more video,
Yes,
sir?
yes, 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 madam. Please.
Yeah, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It is opening, sir. Sir?
Yes, 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 madam.
Yes, okay. Thank you. hearing something is not better. When you are watching videos, you can easily store all the points in your mind. So hope this video will give you what are the do's inside the labs and don'ts inside the lab. So one more video I try if time permits. Okay, thank you, students. Whether my PPT is visible, sir? PPT is visible, sir? Hello, sir. PPT is visible?
Madam, it's uploading,
PPT is
madam.
visible. Okay, okay.
It's visible, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Young buddies, you selected the chemistry as a life of your education. So do your lab work in a careful way, and as a result, you can succeed in future. So safety is very much important than doing something fast. So follow all the safety measures inside the chemistry lab. So that will minimize the risk to yourself, not only for yourself, your colleague, your concerned instructor, and also lab technician, and also to the college. So keep always safe in your mind. So wishing a bright and colorful future in which all your dreams come true. All the best. So thank you. Always be smart and think safe. So be smart and think safe.
So thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Very good to all. I am Dr. SHREE, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry. It is my pleasure to deliver a vote of thanks in this wonderful webinar session. I express my deep sense of gratitude to the management for permitting to conduct this wonderful seminar. I would like to thank our chief guest, Dr.G. Kanthimathi, Associate Professor, Ramco Institute of Technology, Rajapalayam, Tamil Nadu, for her willing acceptance and enlightening us with her knowledge. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. I would like to thank our beloved principal, Dr. N. Sujata, for her constant support and encouragement. I am happy to express thanks to our colleagues for the support to proceed this program in successful manner. I once again thank everyone for making this program successful and their cooperation. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all for your nice cooperation and support.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay.